November is over. Let's talk about what we did. Hi, my name is Jennifer. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. On my channel, we talk about all things homeschool. I have a 5th grader, and we are really just enjoying this ride. And so I decided to go ahead and do an update for what we did in November in our homeschool. Now, we did take the entire week of Thanksgiving off, and so we worked approximately 3 weeks in November, and we did a whole lot of reading. I feel like reading was what we did the most in November. Our math, science, history, they're still going really well. So let's talk about what we read. We read The Survivors, The Chicago Fire. This was really good. It was a great book. This was the first Survivors that I had read with my daughter. She had read some before and she liked them, and we really enjoyed this. It gave a lot of really great information. We also read Henry Reed Inc. This was a fun book about an entrepreneur. And so this was just a lot of fun to read. We also read Who Was Braille and Who Was Edison. And so, we love our Who Was books, and those didn't disappoint. For Thanksgiving, we read The Great Turkey Walk, which this was an awesome, awesome book. It was so much fun to read. So if you haven't read this book yet, The Great Turkey Walk, walking 1,000 turkeys through the Midwest in the 1800s. So it was so much fun. It had us rolling, laughing in some places. So this was a great, great read aloud. We also read The Hoboken Chicken Emergency, which was a cute book. It was a lot more about the 266-pound chicken than it was about Thanksgiving, but that's okay. It was still a cute one. And then as far as a picture book goes, we did read Balloons Over Broadway, which is awesome, all about how the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade got their start with balloons. And so this was a really great picture book. We are in the middle now of The Voyage of the Dawn Treader, which is book 5 of the Chronicles of Narnia series, and we are enjoying it. We're about halfway finished, so we should be finishing it up in December. Now, my daughter is still doing a lot of reading of graphic novels. So this was Annie Sullivan and Helen Keller in graphic novel format. She did not like this very well. She thought it was okay, but she just didn't like it. I think it's because we had studied Helen Keller so much that it didn't give any new information about her in the book. And so my daughter didn't. This was not one of her favorite graphic novels. One that she did really like was The Lunch Lady. And so she asked to get some more of these. Again, these are graphic novels. These are they're fun. They're fun books. Another one that she read was Stepping Stones. And again, a graphic novel, and she liked this. I don't think that it was her favorite one that she's been reading, but she did like it. Now, a book, and this is a chapter book, Finding Perfect by Ellie Schwartz. This is a chapter book. It is not a graphic novel. She read this in just a few days. She loved this book. It is about a girl whose life is basically, she's in middle school and her life in her mind is falling apart. She doesn't know whether she has OCD or not. Her best friend might have to move. her mom has moved out for her job and she's been gone, and there's been a lot of things going on in her life, and so she's dealing with all of that. And so Finding Perfect was a really good one that she enjoyed reading, and my daughter did really like this book. Now, as far as other subjects go that's not reading related, we took November to do in the season of Thanksgiving from Campfire Curriculums. This was the very first Campfire Curriculum study that we did, and it was amazing. It will not be our last Campfire Curriculums. It was so good. They had some great activities to go with it. We enjoyed making a rope out of grass. They also do some language exercises if you want to incorporate that. This is not meant to take the place of your core curriculum. It is an addition, and so we used it that way. But as far as some of their exercises in here where we had to make up our own sayings, like between a rock and a hard place, you had to make up your own ones, and so that was so much fun. My daughter actually told me that was one of her favorite activities that we did with this curriculum. But again, we really enjoyed Campfire Curriculums in the season of Thanksgiving, and we are already looking to do another Campfire Curriculums unit because it was so much fun and so informative. We really liked the way that was laid out. We also went to the pottery place and decorated our own ornaments for Christmas. Daddy came with us, and we had so much fun while we were there. We were able to really make a day out of it. And in November, we finished Song School Spanish 1, and we are now starting on Song School Spanish 2. School Spanish is still going really well. My daughter has been doing Abeka Language since she was in pre-K. So she's been doing the Abeka program for language for a long time, and she has learned a lot through it. But she's also started to get pretty tired of it, and it was really a struggle this past month, and that's the first time that language has been truly a struggle for us. It wasn't the concepts so much as just the same thing, things presented in the same way, things going through the practices over and over. And so we finished up a unit, the unit that we were studying. We finished it up right before Thanksgiving for this. Now we are going to take a break from language, from Abeka Language for the month of December, and we're going to see how it goes. We're doing already on the Best Christmas Pageant Ever, which incorporates language in it, and so we're going to have language there versus the language in Abeka, and we're just going to see how that goes because, like I said, November, this was the first time that Abeka Language has been a struggle. And it's not that she didn't grasp the concepts, it was more of she was just tired of the way it was presented. And so we're going to start looking for something else to do with regards to language. And we may come back to Abeka in January, February, I'm not quite sure yet. Or we may not come back to it again this year. I really like Abeka Language. I think it's a very solid language program. But she's just had the same language curriculum since she started school. So this is something that she's never changed, whereas everything else has been changed up at some point. So that is really how, language is going. But what we are absolutely enjoying are these categorical books. This one is How Much Can a Bear Bear? And it's all about homonyms and homophones. We are loving it. She's doing exercises from these. This one is pitch and throw, grasp and know. What is a synonym? And so we're working through quite a few of these books, and it is helping, and it's a lot of fun, which I think is something that we really need right now for language. We also made a thankful tree throughout the month, and it was so much fun. I thought it turned out really well. So that is our update for November. We are very excited about December and all that we have planned for it. But please let me know, how did your November go? And what are your plans for December? I would love to hear them. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe. It really helps me out. I appreciate it. And also, if you have any questions, please include those down below and I'll answer them to the best of my ability. I hope that you have a great day and I look forward to seeing you next time.